All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to talk about something you'll use all the time in Linux, especially if you're gearing up for that LPIC-1 cert, file compression. We'll break down the different types and the commands you absolutely need to know. You know the feeling, right? You've got these gigantic log files, or maybe a project folder that's just devouring your disk space. Or, hey, you're trying to send a file over the network, and it feels like it's taking a lifetime. Yeah, it's a classic problem. And that, my friends, is where compression comes to the rescue. It's the simple, brilliant solution. At its heart, compression is just about making files smaller. And when they're smaller, you save a ton of space, and they fly across the network so much faster. So, how do we actually pull this off in Linux? Well, we've got a few key tools in our command line toolbox. Let's get to know the main ones you're going to see everywhere. Okay, so here's the deal. There's always a trade-off between speed and how small the file gets. Think of it like a slider. On one end, you have gzip. This is your workhorse. It's fast, it's everywhere, and it does a great job. When you need something compressed quickly, gzip is your go-to. Now, slide over a bit, you get bzip2. It takes a little more time, but it shrinks the file even more. Then, all the way at the other end, you have xc. This one gives you the absolute best compression. We're talking tiny files, but it's also the slowest of the bunch. You'd use xc for something like long-term backups. So the question is always, do you need it fast or do you need it small? Now for the real pro tip. This is going to save you so much time. What if you just want to see what's in a compressed file? Usually you'd have to decompress it, open it, and then maybe even delete the uncompressed version. Well, there's a much, much smarter way to do it. Okay, so if you've got a file that ends in .gz, meaning it was made with gzip, you just use the zcat command. You type zcat and the file name, hit enter, and bam! The contents spill right out onto your screen. No fuss. Starting to see the pattern? For a bz2 file, which was made with bzip2, you use bzcat. It's the exact same idea. Simple, right? And you guessed it, for those super small xz files, the command is xcat. This kind of consistency is what makes the Linux command line so powerful. Once you learn one pattern, you kind of know them all. So what's the magic here? Let's be really clear about this because it's important. When you use one of these cat commands, it unzips the file in memory for just a second, shows you what's inside, and then it's gone. The original compressed file is never actually changed. It's still there, perfectly compressed. This is so much more efficient. You save time, you save steps, and you don't clutter up your disk. And here it is, laid out plain and simple. It's a perfect one-to-one match. gzip files get zcat, bzip2 files get bzipcat, and xc files get xccat. Just lock those pairs into your memory. It's one of those easy wins for your exam prep. Okay, that was a lot, but it was pretty straightforward, right? Let's just boil it all down into a quick little cheat sheet that you can take with you. So here's what you need to remember. First, pick the right tool for the job. Gzip for speed, xz when space is everything. Second, remember your new best friends, zcat, bzcat, and xccat for taking a quick peek. And really, the most important takeaway is this. You don't have to uncompress a file just to read it anymore. Seriously, start using these commands. It's a total game changer. And that's your quick guide to handling compressed files like a pro in Linux. It's a small skill for sure, but it has a huge impact on how fast and efficiently you can work. So now that you have this power to instantly look inside any compressed file, what are you going to explore first?